Hello and welcome to the StudySpace app website demo. It's located at studyspaceapp.com. From here you can view the API documentation for a RESTful API, as well as all the HTTP endpoints and examples and the format needed to send requests. Also, there's an administration website that you can access by clicking the navigation link. From here you can log in as an administrator. And it will give you access to these top links. So I'll go through them just one by one in order. First, there's the building management, and this will set the options that users can use to select. So first, there are the buildings. You can create a building by clicking that link. It auto-populates to Drexel's city and zip code. So say you wanted to add a building at 4000 Chestnut Street, which is probably on Penn's campus. But just say you wanted to. You can do an autocomplete and click a link and it will automatically populate the GPS coordinates that users can use when they want to filter study spaces. Then you can enter a building name. So this would be some building, because I'm not creative. You would need to enter the number of floors, and optionally you can enter any of this other information, as well as the hours of operation for the building. These can be changed to whatever. So say 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Then once you save, all of this information will become available to contributors on the app. If you go back, this is the main listing of buildings. From here you can edit existing buildings. So say I wanted to change the abbreviation for that. You can change anything that is a text box here. And you can also delete buildings and filter them. So we don't really need this one, so I'll just remove it. And then clearing the filter, we'll show them all again. So you can also set attributes. These are the things that contributors vote on in the app. So there are several kinds. There are the overall and the current capacity. Those are relatively static. They can't be removed. Anything else that's either votable or wiki can be created or modified or deleted. So viewing the environment category now, you see that these are the different attributes available, and the option for each one is available on the right. Each of these can be renamed, and that would instantly propagate to the app and the API. If you want to reset or set options, you can just change them like so. This option means that if this is clicked, anything else that shares this rating scale will also have these changes applied to it. So if you only want to make changes for this particular attribute, you should make sure that's on check. And one thing to note is that when you do set these or reset them, it clears out every rating, because it really doesn't make sense to keep a rating if you change the number of options. Also, what you can do is use an existing rating scale. And the idea here is to avoid reuse, so instead of having to pass back the same set of options multiple times, you just send it back once and associate each attribute with this particular set of options. So in the same sort of way, you can reset the options available for this. You can also delete the attribute completely, and you can delete a category, although I won't do that here. I'll change the name back. So I'll try adding an entirely new category and going all the way through. So I'll make this a quotable category. There's also a brief description for what each of these things mean. So now you see you have the new category and the new attribute. So for study spaces themselves, they're paged. This is every result. You can also filter by particular buildings. So say you want only study spaces in Basone, you can use that. You can show only featured listings and only reported contributions. This would count any study space that is itself reported or has reported contributions like comments. So say if I click that, there are none at the moment that have any reports. So from here, you can edit any details. You can set the featured date. So this will automatically feature it for a period of time, and then once that time period elapses, it will go back to being a normal listing. You can set the area type. This is a preloaded listing of types of study space areas, and you can edit any of the details, as well as set the reservation links, which I'll go to in a moment. Also, if you find that the entire area is also, if anything is inappropriate, either if it's been flagged or you just notice it via the page, there's a delete study space or a delete and ban, or it would ban the user, whoever submitted it. And you can do the same with comments. There's also a selection to approve it if someone erroneously reported it. So next, there are reservation links. These are the links that you would use from Drexel to be able to reserve particular rooms or collaboration areas. So these are a handful that this is the first one. These are a handful that we already found. If you want a new one, you can just add a title and the URL. And then it would be available from the study space area. So if you go to edit, then you can set it to the sample, and then users will be able to see that from the app. You can also delete and edit. So finally, there is the user management, which is used to ensure that people don't abuse the system. So because I'm an administrator, there's a tiered privilege system here, where if you're an administrator, you can set anyone's role. So for example, I could make this user an administrator, a moderator, a contributor, or a student. The student is basically the lowest level role, where anyone who signs up automatically has this. Contributors are people who are authorized with the system, who verify their email addresses. Moderators are really the staff and the personnel who moderate content itself and can ban people, and administrators can set anyone else's role also. So for example, I can make this guy a moderator, and you can ban people for any period of time or indefinitely. And then you can also undo it, obviously. And that will take effect, not immediately, but based on the API, the next time that they need to log in, which is generally every half hour. And that happens behind the scenes. And also there is a filter. Obviously you don't want to necessarily go through here. So say I'm looking for ES 623. I can find only him. Or if I just want to find all the moderators or contributors. And that's about it. So thank you for watching.